So this is how I built my own house by the age of 24 and how you could have your own as well. What is up, my Back to Life family? Last week video was awesome. Great feedback on how I travel the world with no job. This week I want to kind of dive into another episode or video just like that and kind of tell you about my life and how I built my own house by the age of 24 and what I had to do to make that happen. You know, what you had to sacrifice, what you had to endure, things like that. Many people just don't know what to do, where to start, and that's okay. And that's why I am here today to tell you exactly what it is that you need to do in order to have your own house by the age of 24, 25, and even if you're older than that right now and you don't have your own place and you don't know why, here are some tips for you on how to make that happen. First things first, you have to be open to the idea of financial freedom. Without that conscious decision, you're just going to be backtracking the entire time. You're going to be going through a cycle, through a phase of just where you don't even know what you want, where you're just kind of living life, going to work, paying the bills, and doing the same thing over and over again. But if you make that conscious decision to actually say, look, I'm going to be financially free. I want to have my own stuff. I want to have assets, not liabilities, and I want to create my own wealth. That's the moment where you can actually say, okay, I'm gonna have my own house by the age of whatever number that is for you, or in the next year or two, or whatever that may be. And the first thing I wanna let y'all know is that I worked extremely hard to get to this financial situation I'm currently in. All right, I was working construction when I first graduated college. I had a master's degree in organizational management. So I went to go work for my brother right out of college. I came here from Charleston to Chattanooga, and I started working for him, whether it was doing his paperwork, whether it was doing audits for him, whether it was working in the field. I was full head of steam, working, making money that entire summer. Got a job as a teacher. I'm teaching. Then I start deciding I want to vlog. So now I'm, jumping from 3 different things all at once. And I'm actually building my house at the same time. So you could say that I lost a lot of sleep during these moments. And then I also became a personal trainer. So you could say that I was only sleeping 3 or 4 or 5 hours a night, sometimes less, just because I wanted to ensure that whatever it is that I wanted to do, I was actually going to do. That's some of the things I talk about where you have to sacrifice, and the things where you have to actually put prioritizing ahead of everything else. It takes a lot of grit, it takes a lot of determination, and it just takes time, honestly. It's not something that's rushed or whatever that may be, but it's not like you can just say, hey, I'm gonna do this one job and I'll be fine for the rest of my life. Some people can do that, right? But if you're a teacher, you're not making crazy amounts of money. You're hoping your spouse or whoever it is kind of supplementing your income with their income. And it's not that the pay is bad, it's just enough. It's enough to live life. So if you really want to separate yourself financially, you have to pick up another job. You have to start your own business. You have to be an entrepreneur. You've got to make things happen. That's the bottom line. You got to make things happen. It's not going to be easy, okay? The second thing is sacrifice. And my question for that is, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up the things that you love getting every single day? Are you willing to give up some sleep? Are you willing to give up popularity? Some of your leisurely activities that you want to do, if you want to go out every weekend, are you willing to give these things up in order to set yourself up for your future? That's something that's huge for me, is because I don't care what everybody else is doing. I don't succumb to peer pressure. I don't care what you have going on. If it does not align with my goals and my morals, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine within myself. That's where you have to literally make that point of being okay within yourself and stop trying to impress those around you. I touched on that last week in my World Traveler video. There's a lot of not cool things and why don't you do this and why don't you do that? Who cares? In a year, you're gonna forget all about it. In 2 weeks, you'll forget all about that. Hey, I can't even remember what I did yesterday half of the time. So 2-3 weeks from now, who gives a crap what your friends were doing and what you didn't do with them? So sacrifice is huge. You're gonna have to cut out a lot of things in order to do that. 3, is it hard for you to commit to something? That's my question. And if it is, then this is gonna be a really, really, really tough thing to do for you. However, you can do it. You have to make sure that you make that commitment. It has to be concrete. If you're going to try to afford buying your own house, building your own house, you have to make the commitment that you're going to make those sacrifices, that you're going to work harder than you've ever worked before. If you don't make commitment, you're never going to hold yourself accountable. Then it's gonna be okay to go spend that extra 1,000 you made or that extra 500 you made. Whatever it is, commitment is going to be one of the most important things throughout this whole process, just because you have to commit to understanding where your money's going, understanding what you're gonna be doing with everything that comes in. Your income is very, very important when it comes to wanting to buy your own house, and I will tell you why. The 4th thing is, this is just a generalized question, is how much knowledge do you actually have about renting and owning? All right, if you don't have that much knowledge, I'll drop a few tidbits on you right now, and if you need more, feel free to reach out. If not, if you don't want to reach out, Google some things. Google has every answer, YouTube has every answer that you need. But first of all, most of you are probably paying anywhere from $700 to $1,000 to $1,250, maybe even $1,500 a month for a small 2 to 3 bedroom, maybe a 1 bedroom, that 700 mark. And if you multiply that over an entire year, let's say you're paying $1,000 a month, over 12 months, you just paid somebody $12,000, okay? $12,000 is a down payment on a little house, okay? It's not the biggest house, it's not the prettiest house, it's a little house that's gonna need the little TLC, put some little, you're gonna have to massage the house a little bit, put some sweat equity into it, but that is a down payment on a small little home, okay? Imagine if you're paying $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month. Goodness gracious, you're spending nearly $24,000 to $20,000 a year helping someone else pay off the mortgage they took out on that house. So if you're renting from somebody, 7 out of 10 times they didn't pay cash for that, all right? They found a way to finance it, and you're actually paying off the mortgage for them or whatever loan they have out there. You're taking care of that for them. Why not be the one that pays for their own mortgage, that's paying for their own house that they own and that they will have for the rest of their life if that's how you want to live in it? Most people don't even understand that, and they're just like, oh, well, I'm just living somewhere, I just need a place to stay. Oh, cool, $700 a month, that's cheap right now. I'm paying that. Well, $700 for 12 months is not that cheap when you think about it, okay? You're looking at paying $8,000 to $9,000 to $10,000 if that's the price you're at, and to find a nice 1 bedroom for $700 is tough nowadays, even in Chattanooga. So imagine you live in a big city. You're paying $1,500 to $2,000 every single month for what? You're throwing it away in the trash. If you're afraid of commitment and trying to settle down someplace, that's fine. Get a roommate, all right? Have someone come in with you. Have someone live with you. Get a 2-bedroom, get a 3-bedroom. Take your time. Someone can help pay off your mortgage just like you're helping someone else. And moving on to that is, I'm mostly talking to my colleagues right now, and when you graduate, don't be afraid to go live with your parents. Who cares if it's not cool again, or it's not, I just can't stand my parents, they got rules. Come home at 12 o'clock. Your life is not that interesting. You're not going to do anything that's just detrimental to your health that makes you have to stay out past 12 o'clock. You're sitting around wasting money if you're out that late. Let's just be honest here. Go back home. Live with your parents. Find a friend. Somewhere where you can live very, very, very cheap. Imagine saving that $1,000 a month for a full year. You now have 12 grand. Imagine doing that for 2 years with your parents or with a friend. You now have $24,000 for a down payment on it could be a brand new home at that point. If you have $24,000 to $25,000 for a down payment, I mean, that is a darn good house, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you guys. I pay for this house every single month less then you could even save $1,400 a month. Maybe $1,500 with utilities, depending how much I'm using and stuff like that. And that's mortgage, utilities, all that good stuff. Less than $1,500 a month. It's my own house. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I got an awesome kitchen. I got a deck. I got 2-car garage. I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. I make sure that I took the necessary steps to live with my dad after college, to save that money up, whatever it was, and I did not care. Once you stop caring what everybody else thinks, your life gets a whole lot better. I can promise you that, literally. I can promise you that. It's like 99.9998%. It's like Germex, okay? Who cares what everybody else thinks? They're not the ones paying your bills. Stop caring about what they think. Go live below your means. If you come out of college with a degree and you're making $40,000 to $50,000 to $60,000 a year, save 40 of it, save 30 of it. You don't have to spend it all. I promise you, you can have yourself a home, a brand new home at that if you want to. Everybody's building houses right now. You can go find a small little home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, whatever you need, or even a cheaper one, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or 2-bath, and you could be paying less than $1,000 a month every single month for a year, and now you own your home. You're owning and paying off what you actually own. Okay, so moving forward, if you want, now this isn't something that's just like, oh, everybody's gonna do it, because if everybody could do it, everybody would have their own house, nobody would be renting, right? If you truly want this to work out, you have to push everything else outside of you. You can't worry about everything that everybody else worries about. This is a moment for you. This is self-actualization. This is self-realization, to where you sit there and you say, look, in 2 years, I'm graduating college today. I'm 22, I'm 23 years old. Or I'm in high school. Or I'm in my 30s or mid-20s, or I'm 40 years old and still trying to own my home. Take 1 to 2 years and really focus on saving every penny you get. The next thing you know, you'll have $20,000 to $30,000 saved up for a down payment on your own home. I did it by the age of 24. I built my own house. I made sure that I did everything in my power. I worked construction. I was a personal trainer. I was vlogging. I mean, time was nowhere to be found when I was doing all these things. Guess what? I even did work on my house. Like, I built this house. I was out here with my brothers, with my dad. I mean, we were actually laying the foundation. We were doing whatever it was that we could. We cleared everything. I mean, this was not easy. All right. I was tired many days. But guess what? I never let it show. And when you push through those moments is when it's all worth it. When I'm sitting in my own brand new home and paying off my mortgage, that feels good. Not when I'm paying someone else's mortgage off. Don't be afraid to take the necessary steps to have your own. Okay? That's when it feels good. That's when it's all worth it. Speaking on something being worth it, it's like, this is my 5th point. It's like, do you want it to be easy? Because nothing in this world worth having comes easy, ever. I don't care who you are, where you are, what you are. Unless you inherited it or won the lottery, nothing in this world worth having comes easy. Okay, you have to grind. You have to put in that work. You have to work for it. There's no other, whatever, Pythagorean theory, you can't work it out any other way. It is literally hard work. Okay, if you want something, you have to go get it. Don't be afraid to work hard. Okay, you have to work hard. You have to sacrifice. You have to dedicate. You have to commit. You got to be consistent with all of these things. And don't wait. Elevate your world so that you can live and leave a legacy, or help out your, like if you have kids, or if you have a brother or sister that needs help, like, have your own place. Be there, knowing that it's yours. That is one of the best feelings in this world. When something doesn't belong to you, automatically you're like, man, I wish I could have that. Well, why not have your own house by the age of 24 or 25? Why not, if you're older than that, start right now? Why not, if you're still in high school, start thinking about those type of things? Yeah, society doesn't really teach us that, right? It's go to school, focus on science, focus on math, focus on things that typically don't really matter in life. But guess what? I'm trying to tell you, if you focus on it right now, no matter what stage in life you're at, in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years, you could own your own house, have your own house key, and tell people, hey, you want to come to my house, and truly mean that, okay? Take time to actually take the necessary steps to whatever that is in owning your own home. Figure out your path. I told you about mine, and if that works for you, I'm cool with that. You got more questions? I'm cool with that. Reach out to me. However, you gotta start now. Don't wait another day. Don't wait till the end of the year. Don't wait till the end of the month. Start now. What's the point in waiting? You've been waiting this whole time. Start now. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I love doing these types of videos. I wanted to actually experience the world before I started throwing this kind of stuff out there. Still not employed, still don't have a job, still traveling. Headed out actually this upcoming Saturday. You'll see where I'm going. I can't wait. I'm excited. And I hope you guys are enjoying this type of content. I mean, I want to help people be able to do what I'm doing. Whether it's traveling, whether it's owning my own home, my own car, whatever the case may be, I want to help. Whether you're in high school, middle school, you're already in a career and you're 40, 50, 60, who cares how old you are? If you need some help, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you the knowledge. I'm here to give you the content. And I appreciate every single one of you because you're sitting there, you're taking the time to actually watch this and consider watching this. So if there's anything that you have a question about, please do not be afraid to drop it in my comments or go over to my Instagram or Facebook and just send me a direct message. And I will get back to you as soon as I can if I'm not traveling or gone. And if you haven't yet, make sure you go to NicoBackToLife.com, grab you some merch. We got sweaters, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, chrome letter shirts. I mean, we got it all. NicoBackToLife.com. Go check it out, grab your merch. And I just want to say thank you and I love you to my Back to Life family. If you haven't yet though and you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, turn on your post notifications. Be the first to watch these videos. You guys are freaking amazing. I absolutely love y'all. And it's that time. My Back to Life family. I'll see you on my next vlog. Peace.